everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gita Marie and today we are doing an anti-haul of some must-haves from Amazon that I sincerely hope no one asked for. We are going to look at some things that are being promoted on social media as must-haves, as something that we definitely need to buy, that we definitely need in our homes, that's definitely gonna make our lives easier, and I just beg to differ. Now I want to stress this in every single video, but I am aware that some products, while I may not see a use for it, it can be very helpful for other people, especially other people with certain disabilities and other types of needs. Completely get that. However, there are just also some products that I just think are stupid. I'm not trying to yuck any consumer's yum. I'm not saying that you're stupid because you're buying these things. I'm just saying it could be nice if there were less shitty companies turning a profit on creating problems and then creating solutions, using our precious resources to make shit like this. It's the companies I'm angry at, but one of the best ways to make sure that these companies won't thrive is by not buying their stupid stuff. So we're gonna look at 8 different products today. They're going to be beauty products as well as kitchen products. I sort of have the 2 categories, and without further ado, the first one has kept me up at night. Let's just get started. Now this is, and I've seen a couple of different versions of this, which means that there are different companies making these products. It's a container for loose hair in the shower. So instead of just, a very human experience, I feel like, is sticking loose hair to the shower wall. Now you don't have to do that, because here's a little silicone or plastic container that you can put the hair into. And in some of these ads, it seems like then the hair's just there. Now, I feel like we don't need a product for this, because you stick the hair to your shower wall and then you take it off the shower wall when you leave the shower. What is this product? I've seen a couple of different versions. There are versions where you put your entire hand into it. That just seems unhygienic and just full of hair inside and like shampoo residues. That just seems gross. And then there are the sliding motions where you sort of just like put your fingers through a little sliding blah, 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 and then the hair gets stuck in it. So many of you guys tagged me in this or sent it to me, and I appreciate it. It's keeping me furious. I cannot fathom any situation where this is practical. I can only imagine, and this is just speaking from my own perspective, but I can imagine if I had a place to put my hair, and I shed a lot of hair in my shower. I'm stressed as fuck, so this falls out all the time. If I had a place to stick it where I couldn't visibly see it, I would forget about it and leave it in that container. That would be the grossest thing in my entire apartment. That is absolutely certain. Anyway, I don't see a reason for this, and this definitely feels like that the company is making up the issue of not knowing what to do with your loose hair in the shower be a bigger problem than it actually is. The bane of my existence is random, overly specialized silicone tools. Sometimes they're not even silicone, they have silicone components, sometimes they're primarily plastic. Anyway, these overly specific tools that are demonstrated in videos that makes them seem really practical, but there is a much simpler solution, which is something we've always been doing. Sometimes these overly specialized products are overcomplicating a very, very, very simple daily task. And a lot of you guys sent me this as well. This is a elastic hairband, hair tie holder for your keychain. So you always know where your elastic band is. Can you guess what an alternative to this could be that we already have available to us? 1 second. Keys, elastic hairband, keychain. Are you ready now? What is happening? Why? I want to talk about a kitchen tool that I have seen on my For You page on TikTok specifically. This is the instance of a bigger corporation branching out and doing smaller types of appliances. This is a Mitsubishi toaster, and just listen to what this creator is saying about it.
Welcome to tech that will quickly change your life. When Japanese car engineers decide to create the world's most expensive toaster, this is what you get. Its hermetically sealed chamber holds a single slice of toast and prevents any moisture from escaping, while the hot plates above and below create a perfectly even toast precisely.
The world's fanciest toaster can only toast one slice of bread at a time. This is unnecessary, not in the small, cheap plastic gadgets kind of way, but in the more luxury department, overly complicated, excessive wealth kind of way. This is insane. We don't need this. We also don't need the cheap plastic shit, but we also don't need this. This has been a trend for a while, but I like any food creator that wants to show people the texture of food, especially like pastries, baked goods, etc. They break it apart, and it's not all food where that looks like anything. Aesthetically pleasing, satisfying, whatever. Breaking a piece of toast in half is not doing what you think it's doing. I don't think that's an experience we need to have elevated to this level. Also, who has the time if you are more than one person? This is an insane product. Electronics and appliances have a massive carbon footprint because it takes so many different raw materials to make shit up like this. I think I might need a little bit more explaining here. I just think that a specific, and especially so plastic-based, oil drainer for your kitchen is a silly idea. When we already have all kinds of tools that can do this. You probably have a sieve or a colander in your kitchen. If you don't, I recommend it. They're very versatile, useful tools. So you already have something that you can use here. Placing a plastic oil drainer into a very hot pan can become a very bad time very easily. Makes the plastic break up, that gets into your food. I don't recommend. I get that sometimes you don't want all this fat in your food, but if you're cooking anything that exudes fat like this, or you might think it's fat, often it's also water. So it's like, you can keep cooking and you can use it for flavor. I recommend that as well, or getting leaner meat if you eat meat, and this is typically what happens. This doesn't happen for plant-based food, so maybe a good hack, a way to avoid stuff like this is just eating a plant-based diet where oily meat, watery meat is not really an issue. You run into all that lot. Problem solved. Anyway, a specific oil drainer seems a little bit silly because we already have tons of tools and ways of doing this in our kitchen. If you want to separate the fat from the meat, you can also just use a plate or a spoon or ladle to get it out. This is an excessively stupid way of doing it. I'm just gonna say something real quick, and I hope you don't come for me for this, but I just let it be known that I mean it with my entire being. Some kitchen gadgets are made for people that think it's harder to cook than it is, that overcomplicates every single step. Sometimes you can avoid using a lot of different tools by simply just letting your food cook right. This is definitely not for people who feel in control in the kitchen. I'm so sorry. You heard it here first. I'm so sorry. For this next one, I am just full of questions. Are people going on Amazon and buying fake plastic rocks because they think they look like real rocks so you can hide your house key in it? Obviously, this is not the end of the world. I just think it's a little bit hilarious, like you're buying a fake plastic rock. Hide your keys in? What happens to hiding the key in just like a pot? It's not this product that makes the scales tip, like if you catch my drift. This is simply just a funny gimmick product, and I just don't really understand. I feel like it's somewhat visible when you see a fake rock next to real rocks to figure out which one is the fake rock. Now, I will give credit to this next product. It is reusable. We're happy to see it. This is a bag cleaner. So you get this plastic cage and then you get like a little sticky ball inside, and then you pop that into your bag and it collects all the lint. In demonstration videos, they often use rice grains, and I don't know how often you have rice in your handbag. I do actually often have seeds in my handbag because I use it for farmers markets, but that's neither here nor there. A zero waste alternative to this is simply to take all the big stuff out of your bag and flip it over and just like shake it into your bin. And then all the small stuff falls out and you're good to go. I don't think you need to go on Amazon and buy a product to clean your bag. Just like shake it real nice and you'll be good to go. Be critical of how long the stickiness will last, and if you will have to buy refills for the plastic cage when the stickiness stops working. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna continue just shaking my bag over my sink. Talking about overly specialized kitchen appliances and tools, this is one for the books. So this is a berry corer. If you at any point have had trouble eating the inside of a strawberry, you don't have to anymore. I don't know who doesn't like the inside of a strawberry. I can see it if you want to take out the seed in cherries, for instance. Makes a lot of sense. In that regard, you don't need to buy a specific product either. I would just use a plastic, metal, stainless steel, bamboo, straw, any kind of straw you have lying around. I have metal ones, and you can often just use those, but you can also just eat the cherries and then outside. If you're baking with it, it makes a lot of sense, but then I will just like cut the cherries in half. I don't think you need a specifically designed berry corer to get the inside of berries out. If you want something like this, use a straw. This does also look like a straw, but yay for capitalism for rebranding it. The inside of a strawberry is fine, eat it. Obviously people are different. I like to eat the top of the strawberry as well as the leaves. I'm fine. Just like the whole thing. If I'm making a smoothie, the whole thing goes in. Any kind of morale or lesson, it would be you can have different preferences for beauty, for cooking, but just because you have different preferences doesn't mean that you need specialized tool to fulfill those preferences. All I'm saying. I have one last product left, and I wanted to end the video with this because I might be going on a rant now. There are small, funny, silly products like a berry corer or a bag cleaner. They're small, their impact is small, it's useless and unnecessary, but it's tiny and it doesn't tip the scales like that. They don't have a massive cultural or social impact. Then, however, there are those kinds of unnecessary products that have such a negative effect on its users, and it's designed that way. I have seen a lot, especially on TikTok, these face hair identifier sprays going viral, which means that you have this spray and then you spray it on your face and then it shows all the small hairs on your face so you can remove them. All the ads for this, all the creators that are working with this, I guess they're paid by the company, that would make sense, or they're getting the products for free, but they're all using the same angle, which is, I didn't know I had a beard. I'm a woman with a beard. How gross. I have hair on my face. All that. I cannot explain the hatred I have for that angle, for that, ew, did you know that you have face hair? The disgust with yourself. There comes a product to help you. I think that is some of the grossest shit that I know. I can't even remember what it's called, but I have like a tiny little tool that can help me shave my eyebrows. I like to use it on my face. It has a little blade and it does remove a lot of dead skin cells. I love that. I don't want to shame anyone for feeling the need to use a specific beauty products because of external pressure. I also don't want to shame anyone for using beauty products that just makes them feel good. And I don't want to shame anyone's rituals or routines, because ultimately we're doing what we're doing because it makes us feel good, or because we know that we're gonna get treated better if we fall into these standards of beauty. And I don't want that to become another thing that we have to feel shame about, the fact that we want to fit into certain boxes. Amazing when we ignore the boxes and just do whatever the fuck we want. But if you recognize that your life is just gonna be easier if you do these things, this is also not on you. That is not the vibe. However, a company that makes a product specifically targeted at making women feel insecure about something that is so natural on their body is absolutely despicable. Also, just any kind of spray thing, annoying impact. But I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. We all have facial hair. We all have small hairs all over our bodies. And it's supposed to be there. And yes, some people's hair is more visible, but it's not wrong. It's not disgusting. It's not unhygienic. It's not unwomanly. It's not masculine. It's your body. It's supposed to be that way. All these tiny hairs actually protect your body, protect your skin. It's the same reason you have eyebrow hair and you have eyelashes. The same reason why you have hair under your arms or hair around your genitals. It's all necessary. It fulfills a purpose. There are still knuckleheads out there that believe thoroughly that body hair on a man is fine, but when it's on a woman, it's unhygienic. We are not put on this earth to be sexy and attractive all the time. Once again, you can do whatever you want with your body hair. If you want to remove it, that's completely valid, that's completely fine. For whatever reason that is. It is valid, it's your body. You can do with it whatever you want. But language matters, and the words we use to describe features on bodies matter. It matters a whole lot. It matters that we call something a ladybeard and we call it disgusting. It impacts us and it impacts young people that are watching this. Now that is all I wanted to say in this video. That is it for this video. I hope that you liked it. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you have any takes, opinions, and feel free to still send me your worst unnecessary products. Tag me in them. I would love to see, and we'll keep making this series. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys next time. Take really good care of yourselves. Until then, bye. Thank you so much for watching this video, and also a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. You guys help me create green, zero waste content, and I love you guys. You can find the links to my social media accounts down below and the link to my Patreon on this screen. Bye!